Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how to make this medieval homestead for your Minecraft world. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. So to get started, we're going to lay the foundation of this build, which is going to consist of mainly stone blocks. In between here, we're going to want to put in some variation with gravel, andesite, but we're mainly just outlining the build. And on the corners of the build, you want to make sure you use a wall of sorts. This can be cobblestone, stone brick. It's up to you, but in this case I'm going to be placing down the cobblestone wall, and we're going to continue this all the way around until we meet where we started. Next, once you do that, you want to fill in the outline with your floor. In this case I'll be using spruce planks, but if you want to switch it up, it doesn't really matter. Next, on the left side of the build, we're going to place 5 blocks across, just like this. And then on the left side of the build, we're going to do 4 blocks across. And then we're going to place a leaf down. Then we can add our barrels on each side, following it up with some waxed exposed copper bulb. And then we're going to place a campfire and then 2 slabs. And then we're going to place trapdoors in front of that. Next, we're going to start the water wheel, which is going to be a fence gate into a stair, into a trapdoor, and then a mud wall in the middle. Then you're going to repeat that pattern on the other side, but just making sure that the fence gate is on the right direction. Next, we're going to increase the height of our outline by 5 blocks. So we're going to go around 5 times. And during this, we want to include the gravel, the andesite, and we also want to sprinkle in some coal ore as we do that. And once you finish the outline, it should look something like this. Next, we have the door. We're going to place a leaf and 2 walls up and then a plank. Then we're going to do 3 walls up on the other side and then place a plank again. Next, we're going to fill in our walls. It's going to be stripped wood and the planks, and we're going to do that on each side. Once that's complete, we're going to put in 2 staircases and then a trapdoor in the middle. And then on top, we're going to add 5 trapdoors across, just like that. Then we're going to add our barrels for the door frame on the inside. And this process is kind of tricky to get the barrels in the right direction. And on the bottom, we can replace this stone with barrels. This is optional, but I think it looks better. And then finally, we're going to close off the top with andesite and stone. So to start off with the roof outline, we're going to start by placing 2 of the mangrove wood blocks on every other block of our outline. So every other, we place 2 mangrove blocks just like this. Next, we're going to place diorite and calcite in between each of these blocks. It doesn't really matter what you use, it's just a matter of using the resources that you have. So in between each slot, you can go between diorite and calcite, or if you want to do diorite, and then calcite, it really doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that you fill in all the gaps that we have in between the mangrove wood. So now we're going to place in our windows, which in this case we'll be using scaffolding, and essentially we want to go to each gap, placing 1 scaffolding per gap. But once we get to the side of the build, we're going to go 2 scaffolding up to start, and we're going to make sure we do that on the other side as well. Next, we're going to raise the wood blocks on the side, so we're going to place 2 on the middle left and the middle right. Then we're going to place another 5 blocks up in the middle, just like that. Then we're going to place 1 block on each side on the front, and then we're going to follow it up by extending it up by 3 blocks. So 3 in the middle and 1 on the end. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to start the roof. So we're going to place our deep slate down, going 4 across on each side. We're going to do the same going upwards. And then we can add our middle piece in like that, and then we can go down on the other side doing the same thing. Next, we can add our walls, which are just going to go on the sides like that. Then we can add walls on the top as well. And then we're going to add in our trapdoors on the windows. So we're just going to go across, and we can also do the same thing on the other side as well. And then we can add trapdoors on the front windows. And then we're going to fill in our gaps with our diorite, calcite. Then we can add in our trapdoors again on the windows. And then we're going to add trapdoors on our trim of the roof so far. And then we're going to add a staircase going across. Then we're going to repeat that on the other side as well. Then we can add in our roof. We're just going to connect this up to the piece that's already exposed. And we're going to make sure we ping this one up 2 blocks. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side as well. So once again, we're just going to start from the connecting point, pulling it to the length of the staircase we just made. And then once again, we want this 2 blocks high. Then we can add another layer on top. This one is just going to be 1 block across, just like that, connecting it up to the middle point we made. And then once we do that, we're going to move on to the other section, which is going to be another 1 block raised roof. So we're going to put 1 layer with 1 block across, just like this. And then we can do 2 blocks on top to finish it off. And then we want to make sure we do the same thing on the other side. Next, what we want to do is we want to add in our trapdoors on the staircase of our roof, just like this. Then we can do the same thing on the back of the build as well. Next, we can extend the side of our build with the mangrove wood, and then we can fill it in with the diorite calcite and do the same thing on the other side. Then we can add in our trapdoors, just like that. Then we can go to the side of the build and we can do the same thing. So just going around our roof outline, giving the roof more of a shape. Then do the same thing on the other side. Then we can add walls going across on the first block part of our roof. Then we can do the same thing and 1 block up. And the same on the other side. Then we do 1 more layer, just like this. And make sure we do the same thing on the other side. And we're going to put in the top part of our roof, which is just a wall going across. Then we can add in our flower pots. It doesn't really matter how you do it. I recommend placing them on the ends. And then we're going to break these blocks here, and we're going to insert our chimney. It doesn't have to be in this exact location. You just kind of want a chimney anywhere where you feel is right. So we're going to be using the coral blocks and tuff. And then we want to use walls to give it more of a shape. So we're going to extend that up by 2 blocks high with the walls. And then we're going to top it off with the smooth slab. Then we can add in our vines just to give it more life to it. And we're going to put a leaf in there as well. Then we can connect up our walls that we placed earlier. And then we can place our signs. And we can do the same thing on the other side. Then we can place a door. Then we're going to do trapdoors. And then we're going to do another door and then a trapdoor. And we want to make sure we do this pattern on the other side as well. Next, we're going to put our hay bales in. Honestly, it doesn't really matter how many you have. You just kind of want to decorate it with whatever you've got. You can put some rails in there for some extra detail. It's not required though. on the other side, you want to do like a little barrel stack thing, using barrels, chests, and then some vegetation. So next, what we want to do is we optionally can add our player heads. I know everyone doesn't have access to these. I won't be going in how to get them. But if you do have them, just add them in on the mangrove wood pieces. And then next, we're going to get into how to make the banner. You want 2 banners and then 4 pieces of brown dye. So it's pretty simple. You just want to get the diagonal piece, that one right there. Then we can put that back into the loom, and we can add the middle piece in like that. And then next, we're going to do the same thing. We just want to do the other diagonal piece, which is that one. And then we can add in another middle piece like that. Then we can go in and we can add them just right that. Then we can go in and do it on the side of the build. And then next, for the water wheel, we're going to place a staircase like that, staircase on top, and then we're going to repeat this on the other side. So we're going to do a stair like that, and then we're going to do a stair on the fence gate. Then we can place 2 trapdoors down like that, and then we're going to place a trapdoor on the staircase like that, and then we're going to do a spruce one flush to the right side, just like that. Then we can add a staircase in, just like that. Then we can add our walls. Then we can add a wall on the side going 3 blocks high. You just want to connect this up to the walls you already have down. Then we can add in our fence gates connecting to the barrel. Then we can add a trapdoor like that going on top of the wall. Then add a staircase connected to that trapdoor. Then we can add a staircase attached to that staircase with a trapdoor attached to it. And then we can add a staircase in the middle connecting to the wall. And then we can do a fence gate on top in this direction. Then we can add a staircase going upside down like that and like that. And then we can add a trapdoor connected to the staircases and one on top. Then we'll add in our slabs like that. And then finally we can place a wall connecting that way. And then we can add a slab. So that'll be the end of this tutorial. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.